Welcome. The City of Knoxville is exploring improvements to the Magnolia Avenue, Rutledge Pike, Asheville Highway interchange in the Burlington community of East Knoxville. In this presentation, we'll discuss the improvements that are recommended, but first we'll start with some project background. Multiple studies have been developed in the Burlington community since 2009. They all promote an urban, walkable neighborhood. To complement this goal vision, the existing interchange needs to be modified. The existing interchange is out of context due to its large, sprawling space that it takes up and the challenges it creates to walk across and get across on foot. It really does serve as a barrier for the Burlington neighborhood. And in addition to pedestrian and bicyclist concerns, it also makes movements from southbound Rutledge Pike to eastbound Asheville Highway challenging. Depicted on the map are the movements that motorists must currently make if they wish to go from southbound Rutledge Pike to eastbound Asheville Highway. They must either come down and make a U-turn at Prosser Road, or they must cut through the neighborhood in the northeast quadrant of the interchange. This neighborhood has homes that are very close to the surface, to the roads, and is really not ideal for heavy volumes of traffic to cut through. During the development of the project, the city spoke with many neighborhood and community groups and other stakeholders in the area. These included elected officials, school board, fire, police, neighborhood associations, TDOT, and civic design centers, as well as local businesses. An outcome of these meetings was the development of improvement goals for the area. These include an improved connection between Rutledge Pike and Asheville Highway, a community-desired connection to the Burlington Commercial District, improved access management, bicycle facilities, and improved sidewalks. Two primary design concepts were developed as a result of the study. These included a signalized intersection and a multi-lane roundabout. As part of the study, traffic was projected 20 years into the future and analyzed for both improvement options. In traffic engineering, we use a letter grade similar to in school, A through F, where A is the best and F is failure. Both options would operate at level of service B through the 20-year design life studied. However, when we did look at pedestrian and bicyclist movements, the signalized intersection would have preferred operations. That's because it would bring traffic at a stop condition and would have signalized pedestrian heads to provide safer crossing. It could also have audible crossings for those with hearing, for those with vision impairments. The signalized intersection would require less right-of-way, and it would cost considerably less than a multi-lane roundabout. Because of these reasons, the signalized intersection was selected by the city as the preferred alternative. The proposed design would convert the existing interchange to a signalized intersection. The signalized intersection would require quite a bit less space than the existing interchange, which could free this area up for green space for the community. Another prominent feature of the proposed design is a direct link from Rutledge Pike to Halston Drive and Magnolia and Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. This would provide an improved link into the Burlington Commercial District to help revitalize that area. Lastly, the proposed improvements would include removal of a piece of Magnolia Avenue that comes in at an angle. The removal of this piece of roadway would help recreate a more urban grid in the neighborhood. The proposed typical sections for Magnolia Avenue, Asheville Highway, and Rutledge Pike would include 4 travel lanes in each direction, a raised median, and then the improvements would include a 5-foot grass buffer adjacent to both sides of the road, and then 10-foot shared use paths on both sides of the road. The shared use paths would be for use by both pedestrians and bicyclists. Funding for the full project that would convert the existing interchange to a signalized intersection has not yet been identified. Because of this, interim improvements are also being explored by the city of Knoxville that could be constructed while funding is located. Those improvements include things such as curb ramps, sidewalk repairs, crosswalk improvements, and signal improvements at Park Street and Prosser Road. Park Street is currently not signalized. It has stop controlled signed approaches on the minor street approaches. The intersection has an above average crash rate and it has poor traffic operations for cars trying to get from Park Street to Asheville Highway. By signalizing this intersection, it would not only improve vehicular operations and safety, but it would also provide another crossing opportunity for pedestrians at a signalized location. The Prosser Road intersection is currently signalized. However, the crosswalks are faded and there are no pedestrian signal heads. So the city is investigating improving those features to make it more accessible for pedestrians. Thank you for your interest in the Magnolia Avenue, Asheville Highway, and Rutledge Pike interchange study.